The kitten took the doll for a cat dad and pressed it hard into the bowl and pinched it off. It turns out that a few days ago, mom left them suddenly due to illness. The cat's father couldn't get over it for a long time. The cat's sister brought her brother to scare him on purpose, just to make the cat dad happier. By the time cat dad went to catch the kitten, sister cat also coughed for no reason. When you're sad, you need companionship. Sister cat took dad by the hand. She asked him to tell her stories about her mom. When she saw the beautiful family photo, the cat's father is sad again. And the kitten seemed to understand his heart. That day, sister cat took the kitten out to fly a kite. In the middle of the game, she collapsed on the ground and coughed violently. Under the doctor's observation, the cat's face was cracked. The doctor told them not to approach, because the disease could spread to other cats. The cat was locked up in the intensive care unit, seeing cracks all over her body. The cat's father was anxious and asked the doctor if there was a chance of survival. But the doctor shook his head. When he got home, the father's eyes were blank. No matter how much the kitten tried to tease him, it didn't work. The father took the kitten to visit his sister outside the hospital room. At that moment, her sister coughed violently. The cat's father was so anxious that he kept beating on the window. He called for the doctor, but there was no response. The father looked into the intensive care unit. Inside, sister cat is in critical condition. Hearing his daughter's call, the cat's father rushed into the ward despite the danger. The cat was not allowed to see the door. The father held his dying sister in his arms. Seeing his daughter in such a state, the cat's father's heart ached like a knife. He moved closer to her to give her the last bit of warmth. And cracks soon appeared on the father's body. Together they went to heaven to find cat's mom. The kitten thought they were too selfish. He saw the doll on the table. The kitten took the doll for his father and pressed it hard into the bowl and pinched it. This bulb man was treated like a monster, because he couldn't shine like the other bulbs. Just now, the teacher was lecturing on the stage, but the man couldn't concentrate on his studies. His classmates isolated him. This made the man feel bad. On his way home, the man saw the laughter of others. His heart aches with pain. What's worse, the family always nagged him about school and other things. The man was in no mood to eat. The man lies in bed and thinks about the events of the day that have upset him. Late at night he stood in front of the mirror. He couldn't understand why he couldn't shine. Angrily, the man pounds the glass. But when he calmed down, the glass began to break. The frightened man hides under the covers. In the middle of the night, the man got up again. A horrifying scene occurs. The man presses his hand against the socket. His head glowed brightly. At that moment, there was an explosion. The man's glass broke in half. The next day, his mom called him for dinner but no one answered. His father came to keep him company, but he didn't care. At night, a light spirit appeared. The light spirit came to him. It shone brightly in the room. The man came to a different world. Everyone here had a similar experience to his own. But they all lived positively. Even though the world is not fair to them. But they're still sewing. When the man realizes this, he gets a sticker to fix the broken glass. When there is light inside, and he shines brightly. This grandmother has been gambling for 70 years. Today she lost her pension. Because she had to pay back the money. The man pulled the gold teeth out of her mouth and put them in the vault. And closed it in a safe. With nothing left to lose, the grandmother decided to gamble again. She picked up the dice and switched them out when no one was looking. Even with the high-tech dice, Granny lost the game. But that was part of the plan. The dice robot went into action. It steals the man's ID card without a word. On the other side, the grandmother approaches the elevator disguised as a flower pot. And used her ID to jump into the elevator to get to the vault. It turns out that Granny was a thief when she was young. When the man realizes he's lost his ID, he immediately pushes the alarm. Granny's on the move. He takes out a laser pointer and cuts a hole in the elevator. When he lands safely, he opens the door. It's full of traps. The grandmother throws the dice and the robot tries to break the code. And that's when Granny jumps in. He's crawling up the wall with a candy glove. When the man opens the door, Granny falls to the ground. In order not to be caught by the man, Granny took out a special lubricant and applied it to her knees. While the man was chasing her, she slipped right into the vault. But the man tripped over the lubricant. When he opened the vault with his fingerprints, only the gold teeth were taken. Turns out the grandmother just wanted her stuff back.